Hey everybody, welcome to Design Make Teach, a channel for makers and maker educators. I'm Josh Ajima, and today I'm sharing my 3D printer shame with you. So recently I impulse purchased a new 3D printer. It's been sitting here in my house for a week now in the box, and I've been feeling a little bit guilty about that because I want to do an unboxing and kind of evaluate how this printer will work for schools. But I already have a lot of 3D printers. In fact, so many 3D printers that I've lost count of how many I have. That's the secret shame of a lot of makers, is you have so many ideas and so many projects that are in kind of half-finished states that you kind of lose track. And so at some point you have more stuff than you can possibly deal with. So right now I have two functioning 3D printers. I have the Ultimaker 2 Plus. The FTC wants you to know that Ultimaker, a buddy of mine went to work for Ultimaker and gave me that printer for free. I purchased the 2 Plus upgrade. It was a 2. They had some extras. They sent me one because they said, you're doing great things. We want to support you. And then I have a functioning PrinterBot Metal Simple here. That's the STEM camp printer that I use over summer STEM camps and to do teacher demos and things like that. So I went through the closet and some of my maker carts and things like that to pull out all of the 3D printers I have in the house. So let's take a look. So here's another PrinterBot Metal Simple. This one over there, the functioning one, is a stock one. This one is my personal one that's been modified a little bit. It has the nicer extruder, and it's got a nicer print bed on it. This was being used by STEM camp, and when I came back from a conference, one of the teachers was saying it doesn't work anymore, and one of the issues with this one is the Z height sensor stopped working. So if it's in this position, it's fine, but when it comes out here to do the second and third point of the homing, the sensor stops working, and so there's probably a wire in there that's loose or broken or something like that. So that needs to be fixed. Boom. All right, then I have, boom, the PrinterBot Play here. This one right here is the one that PrinterBot donated to the CT Makeover Challenge. I actually took this printer and donated it to another school, and what happened is the teacher there couldn't get it to work. Emailed me like a couple of months later saying, oh, we're having problems with this. Turns out what they had done was take the micro USB cable and pressed it in so hard that the little jack, USB micro jack, had broken off. And so this one's going to actually require me to replace the printer board there. So this is on my repair list. So that's 2 printers that need to be repaired. And actually, they took all the screws off on the side. I don't know why they did that. So I had to find the little bag, hopefully, that has some screws in them to reassemble that. They were trying to fix it. That's good. And so then here's another PrinterBot Play. This was my personal one, and this was being used by the Academy of Science kids on a science project, and for some reason they blew up a fan, so I need to replace the fan there, and the kids were working with it, so who knows what other kind of work calibration stuff. So those are the 3 printers that kind of need maintenance and support right there. So while we're kind of going on that theme, I also have a PrinterBot Junior. I don't know that this really counts as a functioning 3D printer that I should worry about. I'm keeping this more for sentimental reasons. This was a STEM camp unit that was used for demos and things, and we got a lot of life out of it, but I have in my mind that somehow I'm going to maybe re-engineer this with more modern parts. But this was crazy cool. It had this foldable design that I really like, so it was compact. So it made a really great kind of demo machine. So if nothing else, this might just go on a display shelf as kind of a museum piece. But in my mind, I think maybe one day I can kind of play around and re-engineer that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 PrinterBot printers. The FTC wants you to know that PrinterBot and I are really good friends. Brooke Drum has supported my channel by giving me lots of free stuff and printers, and has been super supportive of the work. So just so you know that. And then here's where the guilt really kicks in, because I have a PrinterBot Smalls kit. And I was kind of planning on assembling this over the summer, and I got distracted creating a YouTube channel for you. But also one of the reasons why it's not fully assembled is I kind of wanted to play around with creating kind of projects and experimenting with using the assembly as a teaching tool, so that maybe while you're assembling, you could break it down into sort of modules so that kids could learn about certain parts of the movement, X and Y, the motors and extruders and things like that. So maybe using it more as a project kit than a full 3D printer build. And then to the impulse purchase, the last, if we're keeping count, this is going to be the eighth printer here, is the PrinterBot Simple Pro that was on the super good sale, and I just couldn't resist. So I gotta put that together and figure out how that works. So 1 Ultimaker, 2 7 PrinterBots. A lot of these don't belong to me. They need to get repaired and go to different places. But if I'm counting, that means I'll have a Metal Simple, Metal Play, a Smalls, and then a Simple Pro. And then I think I have a PrinterBot Metal at school. So I'll have like all of the current PrinterBot printers. I gotta maybe set up have one as a demo printer that I can carry from place to place. I might have a kind of a what do I want for my printer farm here in the workshop. And so there it is. That's my shame. I've got 8 printers, only 2 of them work. And so hopefully in the next month or 2 I can get a few more of those working and out to schools, evaluate some, do videos, donate something to a school, and that's what's going on. Thanks for watching. Have the best day ever. Shame. Shame. Shame.